I'm 33, and my husband and I have 2 kids, a preteen male and a preteen female. We didn't plan to have them back to back, but it happened. My husband got a vasectomy, and we're set. When I was pregnant with our son, we lived in a rented 2-bedroomed house and decorated the nursery with olive and wood tones. We kept it the same when we had our daughter and just made room for the baby. When our son was in 1st grade and our daughter was in kindergarten, my husband got a big promotion at work, allowing us to look for and buy a 4-bedroom forever house. At work, allowing us to look for and buy a 4-bedroom forever house. Since it was permanent, we thought it'd be fun to give the kids theme rooms. We asked them each what they wanted and our son picked dinosaurs. My husband likes to joke that we have a mini Ross on our hands. So we did a wilderness theme and my daughter picked Rora, so we did a fairy tale theme. We went all out since it'll be their bedrooms until their teens, and we gave the nursery furniture away when we were done having kids. We asked our families first, but none were planning kids then, so I went to friends. Present day, my sister is 21 weeks pregnant with a baby girl. Their first. She was over at our place and she said she was leaning towards something like my daughter's room for the nursery, but nursery stuff is expensive. I told her that she should go with neutral tones since it'll be used a lot. They want a big family. She was like, no, I wanted theme ones for each baby as you did with my kids' names. I raised my eyebrows because that's gonna be expensive, but nodded because who am I to talk when I did the same. We continued chatting for a while and she grabbed my laptop, started going through the website I used, and complained again. So I suggested that she put some reasonably priced stuff on her baby shower list. She gave a non-committal and then said I could give her some stuff as well. I was confused because I thought she meant the old nursery and I reminded her that we've given it away. She shook her head and told me she meant stuff from our daughter's room. I asked her what she meant because she's using that room. It's not like she doesn't live in it. She waved her hand and told me it was not a big deal and that we could part with a few things. I asked her what she thought we could part with, and she casually said stuff like the drapes, a lamp, the mirror, etc. I asked her sarcastically if she wanted the sheets as well or maybe the clothes of our daughter's back. She just glared and told me I could tone down my greed and help out with this. I told her a flat no. It's unreasonable that she's even asking because she and her husband are well off, just like us. It's not like she's struggling and I'm refusing to help. She told me that it's different because they want a big family, so they need to save more. I told her if that's the case, they can save by using the same nursery for every baby. She just glared again, called me a greedy witch, and left. She's not replying to my text, and my mom called me to ask what happened because she called her to complain about me without specifying anything. She was just as bewildered as me when I told her. My husband thinks I'm in the right and I do too. I'm just confused, and maybe there's something we're not seeing. Oh, wow. So your sister's idea of borrowing a nursery setup is just to raid your daughter's room like it's a discount takeoff warehouse. Honestly, I'm impressed she didn't ask for your daughter's entire bed frame as a starter gift. And the best part is, she's not asking out of necessity, but because in the spirit of financial planning, she's saving for this big family she plans to have. Clearly, her budget strategy is to let you sponsor the first kid's theme. Honestly, I think you're handling it way better than I would. I probably thrown a limited edition sibling discount just to clarify. All inventory has to be marked as non-transferable. If she wants themed rooms for every future little one, she can start where all of us do, the land of Pinterest dreams and DIY attempts. So, yeah, definitely not the greedy witch here. You're just out here preserving your daughter's right to her princess castle. Tone down your greed. Like, for example, someone trying to grab her niece's possessions. Sheesh. I'm baffled at the entitlement. Also, if you can't afford a big family, then don't have so many kids. $30 on the only reason she chose an identical theme for her child was to pilfer the contents of your child's bedroom. It's a planned guilt trip. Also, she's not replying to my text. Great. Problem solved. I've been with my partner for about 2 years and he treats me well. He's a very loving and kind person, and we get along well. One problem we've had since the start of our relationship that I thought I could ignore is that I feel like we're in different places in life. We're 25 me and 30 him. He has lived in big cities and done a lot of different jobs related to his field. He's still not ready to settle down and have kids, but he wants to live close to his parents. I do not want this. I feel I have very little experience in what I actually want to do, and have not gotten the chance to live in places I want to live in. I'm not close with my parents and have a pretty poor relationship with them, so I don't relate to his desire. I understand why he wants to, but I've never had a family like that. We have 2 pets. I have a little cat. He has a senior dog. I do love his dog. She's great. She's super sweet and chill, and I care for her a lot. She's a big dog, though, so travel is somewhat hard for her. I exposed my cat to the car and carrier trained her. She's great on long road trips and planes. I applied for my dream job a while ago, and my partner was supportive. I was concerned that it was across the country and far from his parents, and he said we'd figure it out when we got there. Well, I got the job, and now we're trying to figure it out, and it sucks. My boyfriend keeps asking if there's a branch closer to his hometown, and I keep telling him, no. It doesn't work like that. It's also my dream city, so I wanna be in that specific location. He kept trying to talk me out of it, and I told him to tell me the exact problems he had with me taking this job. He told me, I wanna be within reasonable driving distance from my parents. My dog is part of their family, and it's important to me that they see each other. She's like their granddaughter. This kind of aggravated me. I suggested they could fly to see us, and he just shut me down. His parents are retired and wealthy. They go on a lot of vacations a year, but he said he didn't want them to go through the hassle. He said his dog must be in their house. Otherwise, it's not the same. It really angered me. Today, I told him, I will not be putting my life on hold for your dog if that is actually the only reason you don't want me to move. I'm going with or without you, and I left. He's been blowing up my phone apologizing and saying we can work things out, but I really don't think we can. My family has contacted overreacting and throwing away a good man for a career. My friends tell me to stick to my guns and the dog is a dumb reason, or he's just saying that to make me stay. Take the job. You will resent the heck out of him if you don't, and will probably have issues surrounding his family at some point anyway. He wants them to be far more involved and present in your lives than you're accustomed to. That will eventually be a problem, not the idiot. You deserve to prioritize your dreams. His attachment to the dog shouldn't dictate your future. It's not even about the dog. It sounds like Papa could move at any time. I'm not even sure why the dog is getting the blame here. It's a boyfriend issue. It's her boyfriend's unwillingness to separate from his parents that's actually at stake. For heaven's sake, people move with grandkids, let alone granddogs routinely. That's the real issue between them, and it's basically not gonna resolve without sour feelings on one side. Nothing to do with their pets. The relationship has run its course, and hope he should move on to her dreams while she's in the age for it and has the chance. Oh, honey, my heart breaks for you. It's not the dog. It's just that you and your boyfriend are at totally different stages of your life, and you're not compatible right now. It's sad to say, but if you want to live together, love alone isn't enough. And right now, there's no solid basis on which to build a relationship. So move forward and keep the good memories that you share. So my 29 male sister, 32 female, has 3 kids, tween, pre-tween, and a kindergartner. Last month, she asked if I could watch them for a weekend while she and her husband went on a short anniversary trip. I agreed because I love my nieces and nephews, but I made it clear that I needed at least 2 weeks' notice because I work long hours and I'd have to rearrange my schedule. Fast forward to this past week, I asked my boss for time off, cleared my weekend, and stocked my house with everything the kids would need. Friday afternoon rolls around, and I'm waiting for her to drop them off. Suddenly, I get a text from her saying they're not coming. She decided last minute that they were going to a family-friendly resort instead and didn't need me to watch them anymore. No apology. We'll do it another time. I was frustrated because I completely cleared my weekend, turned down plans with friends, and rearranged my work schedule for this. I told her it wasn't cool to cancel on me last minute like that, especially when I went out of my way to help. Then, 2 days later, she called me again, asking if I could watch the kids the following weekend. Apparently, something came up with her original plan, and she needed someone to watch them after all. I told her, no. I wasn't available. She got upset and said I was being selfish and punishing her kids for something that wasn't their fault. Now she's angry at me, and my parents are saying I should be more understanding because things come up when you're a parent. I don't have kids, but it's just basic respect to not cancel on someone last minute and expect them to be available whenever you want. So am I the idiot for refusing to watch my sister's kids after she cancelled on me last minute? Not the idiot. You're not punishing the kids. You're punishing her. The kids will be fine. It's just gonna be a pain for her to make sure they're fine. As for what your parents said, yeah, I'm sure things do come up when you handle kids, but it's your responsibility as a parent to handle those things. Anyway, this wasn't something coming up, it was her decisions to take them with her because she wanted to. Your sister and parents are disrespectful of your time, and assume since you're single and childless, you should have no problem with watching your nieces and nephews. Why do people think that those who choose to have children are owed something by their childless siblings and friends? Where was your sister standing when she cancelled on you? Oh, she had time to change plans, but not the time to notify you before the last second. The situation is of her own making. My wife's birthday party was supposed to be this Friday. I wanted her present to be a surprise this year. It's not uncommon for my wife to open an Amazon package thinking it was something else, ruining the present surprise. She and my sister do not have the best relationship due to their different values. They basically disagree on everything, but the big thing that my wife hates is that my sister has asked for money or help. We have a shared account and keep separate money. I will lend my sister cash, but I haven't had to do that in a while. I lend her from my account, not the shared account. She also pays me back. So I sent my wife's present to my sister's house and was gonna pick them up on Thursday. My sister texted me that she got the packages and my wife saw the text. She made a comment about giving handouts again. She basically told me enough was enough and that I need to stop sending a crap. She called my sister a leech that can't get her crap together, which resulted in an argument, and I told her that she was holding her birthday present, but I was returning them. I'm also cancelling the dinner party. Another big argument occurred and I cancelled the birthday plan and asked my sister to return the packages. My wife was angry at me and called me a jerk, and I told her that this was her own fault. Edit: lending money doesn't affect me or the household at all. The biggest expense was around 2,000 so her cat could have emergency surgery. She did pay that back. I truly don't understand the problem with me lending money that doesn't affect us. Not to mention, my lending money has helped to get a life together. She just finished her nursing course and is now working at a hospital. It's interesting that your wife opened packages that were sent to you. If you opened her packages, she'd be livid. Double standards. It suggests she has no boundaries and doesn't want you to have not secrets exactly, but things for yourself. It smacks of a controlling nature. You're not the idiot for cancelling, but you would be if you didn't sit her down and set boundaries. Your question was if you were the idiot for cancelling the party. Yes, you are. You could have told her immediately that your sister was holding her birthday present, but it sounds like you held that fact back as some sort of gotcha moment to try to make your wife feel bad. Meanwhile, you let her think that your sister is taking advantage of you again. You already knew about the tension between them. You could have made other arrangements to hold the package, like have it shipped to an Amazon locker and you pick it up and stash it before she knows there's a package to open. The two of you disagree about a misunderstanding that you let linger on purpose and you punish your wife by cancelling her celebration? Geez. You're not her father who's not letting her go to the school dance to teach her a lesson. My family has 2 heirlooms we give to a bride or groom when they marry. For the men, it's a set of cufflinks, and for the women, it's a bracelet. My oldest son and my oldest sister are married, and their spouses wore the bracelet or cufflinks at their weddings. This tradition is essentially our family's way of saying, we are accepting you into the family. When my future daughter-in-law got engaged, I gave her the bracelet and explained that it was a family heirloom, expressing how meaningful it would be if she wore it at the wedding. I mentioned that she could wear it during the reception if she preferred not to wear it at the ceremony. It's a white jade bracelet, and I shared its significance with her. Now with the wedding only a few months away, there's a problem. My daughter has been getting to know my future daughter-in-law, and she recently came to me saying that my future daughter-in-law thinks the bracelet is ugly and has been complaining about it. She even showed me text where my future daughter-in-law said some hurtful things about me, calling me a controlling idiot for giving her the bracelet. This was hurtful, and it felt like a complete rejection, especially since she knew why it was important. When I asked my son about this, he said he knew nothing about her feelings about it. I asked for it back, since she clearly didn't want to respect the bracelet. That's when things got messy. She made a big deal about how I was excluding her from the family by taking it back. Now, she's angry and calling me a jerk. My son also thinks I'm a jerk for taking it back even after I showed him what she said. People are divided over this, saying that taking it back implies I don't see her as family or trust her with the heirloom. Edit: these texts were between my daughter-in and my daughter. My daughter showed them to me after. It's definitely bold of your daughter-in-law to text disparaging things to your daughter and not consider that those wouldn't get back to you. You're not the idiot if you desire to take back something meaningful and sentimental after seeing what she said. It implies I don't see her as family or trust her with the heirloom. I mean, why should you? If she was complaining, calling it ugly, calling you names, it doesn't sound like she wants to be part of your family. The second question is why your son is okay with this. Normally, I'm all for husbands standing up for their wives, but in a case where his wife is calling his mother names behind her back and complaining about his own family traditions, why is he calling you the jerk? Honestly, I think that would hurt me more than her actions. I really don't love that your daughter essentially tattled on your daughter-in-law about this. Then you took all of that and decided you didn't want your daughter-in-law to have the bracelet at all, and by your admission are basically saying, we don't accept you as a family anymore, because she wasn't playing well by your rules. So now, there's unnecessary drama because your daughter-in-law expressed her feelings to the wrong person. Your daughter tackled and you took it personally. And I seriously doubt daughter-in-law will trust either of you after this, and your son will rightfully take her side as his wife. So fix this or be prepared for consequences. You are the idiot. I doubt daughter-in-law will trust either of you after this, and your son will rightfully take her side as his wife. So fix this or be prepared for consequences. You are the idiot.